What is freedom? This is what I want to focus on in this video today because as we go through a lot of changes in government, what's going on in the Western Hemisphere right now, this question I think is very pertinent to our time. There's a lot of people asking, what does freedom even mean anymore? We've seemed to have degraded our quote-unquote freedoms over quite some time, and now we're getting to a point where we feel less and less free every day. So what is freedom? Well, let me give you my personal definition of freedom, and you can choose to keep it or toss it in the garbage if you want. But to me, freedom is the ability to have movement, right? So the freedom of movement, the freedom to make a choice and to go after that choice, the freedom to be able to shift, right? Now, what does that mean in the United States? Well, what it used to mean was that you could come up with a solution to someone's problem and set that up for them and slap a name on it, and that's called a business, right? And we can still do that, but it's getting harder and harder depending on where you're living. There's also other freedoms, like some people think that you should be able to do whatever you feel like, and that's freedom. I would argue against that. I do not think that's freedom. I think that's chaos. And the reason that I think that's chaos is because guidelines, rules, and laws, right? The laws of nature is what I'm talking about, not these RCWs if you're in Washington State or any other revised codes of wherever you live. Laws, the laws of nature, create predictability, and they create the ability to really follow, gosh, how am I trying to say this? If you follow the laws of nature, then you're not kicking upstream anymore, right? You're going with the laws of nature. Things will be smoother for you. If you go against the laws of nature, then your life will be chaotic. So let me give you an example of this. In the last video that I just published, I talked about how I was an alcoholic for over a decade. And in that time period, one of the excuses that I used as to why I thought being an alcoholic was a good idea was because screw their rules, right? Everybody, screw all their rules. I don't care about their rules. I'm going to do me and mine and what feels good for me right now. So that might look like freedom to some people, but in reality, in my experience in that is just plain chaos. Well, what did it do for me? Well, it got me broke. It got me in a lot of messed up relationships. It messed up my relationship with my children. It messed up my relationship with my family, my brothers and sisters, my parents. It messed up a lot of things in my life. Why? Why did it mess those things up? Well, I would argue that it messed those things up because I was without rules, right? I was without guidance. There were no bumpers on my lane. And so I was just kind of doing anything, chaotic here and there, flopping all over the place, doing whatever I felt like. And in the end, it caused destruction. So what's my point? My point is that to find true freedom, we have to start with a basis for something, and that basis is truth. What is truth? What are the things that we know to be true? And then we go from there. So for example, if you decide that you want to be free from gravity, and so you're just going to pretend like gravity doesn't exist, well, you might end up breaking your legs and or your neck. And now, because you chose to be free from gravity, quote unquote, now you are bound to a wheelchair or stuck with casts and pins sticking out of your leg. So hopefully I'm making this clear enough in this short video. But my point is that rules, guidelines, bumpers, they're not bad things, right? Now, sometimes they get out of hand and it becomes chaos in a different direction. But my point in this is when you're looking at your own life and you're asking yourself, how did things get so chaotic? Take a look for a few minutes at how you've structured your life. What are the principles that you're using in your own life? Who are you? What is your personal identity, right? What are the principles that you stand for? Those are the guiding forces in your life, and they create structure. They are the opposite of chaos. So I'm curious if any of you have gone through a period of your life where you basically said F the rules and did whatever it is that you felt like, and then further on down the road you were like, wait a second, I thought I was living in freedom, but instead I'm more bound now. I'm in more bondage now than I ever was before. If you've had that experience, leave it down in the comments and share it with the group here, because the whole point of this channel and what I'm trying to do is let's focus on some key basic concepts that can really make a huge change in our generation and the next generation to come. Okay, I'm in my later 30s. There's a lot of people that watch this channel that are in anywhere from teenagers all the way up into their 50s and 60s. All of us have something to contribute, but we all have a responsibility to try to help the next guy learn lessons faster, have the tools to succeed, and make a positive difference in the world going forward. So hopefully you found something beneficial in this video. If you did, go ahead and leave me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time, I'm Brandon Kelly. Go find someone to bless today. Love y'all. Bye.